Hello, I'm Manos Poliudis. I'm one of the co-founders in Talos Technology, and I welcome you to our booth in the Vehicle Electrification Expo. Here in the expo we are showcasing the first samples of the Talos Dual Flux technology. The Talos Dual Flux technology is a revolutionary way of designing electric motors, and I can show you more in our beautiful graphic here. So typically the electric motors, they have either permanent magnet or they have electrically excited coils. So the prevailing technologies in the automotive are one of these two families. What we did in Talos is we tried to combine both of them into one single coherent motor with a rotor that effectively combines the two different sources of flux. So as you can see here, we have both magnet and coils under the same rotor, and that gives us a set of advantages. So what are the advantages? The first big advantage is we reduce the amount of magnet that we need by a lot. So what we usually see for a motor, for example, on an application of a dirt bike, we need about 1 kilo of neodymium. Now 1 kilo of neodymium is probably the most expensive material on that motor. And what we do is we remove this amount of material from the motor that we make the whole design much cheaper. So effectively, instead of 1 kilo of neodymium, we need something like 150 grams. So right off the bat, we managed to reduce quite a lot one of the biggest cost drivers on the motor. The second advantage with our technology is in higher operating speeds, the permanent magnet motors, they exceeded very high back EMF force. This is the reaction of the motor to the speed of the vehicle, basically. And in these cases, you need to spend energy from the battery in order to fight the field of the magnets. This is called field weakening. With our motors and the design that we have, we don't need to do so much field weakening because the magnet material we have is much less. Therefore, our motors are much more efficient on a highway or on a cruise scenario, or if you are flying a drone, for example, for the range of the drone. So in every scenario that you need a prolonged high speed and low torque scenario, our motors have a distinct advantage over the permanent magnet motors. Now you're going to tell me what's the drawback, what's the penalty, because unfortunately when you're replacing a material as a permanent magnet, which is pretty much one of the perfect materials for electric motors, you always pay a price. In our case, the price is system complexity. Our architecture is more advanced than a simple architecture of a permanent magnet motor. We have more components, we need an excitation system to get the current into the coils. So effectively, we have to do more with the materials that we have in order to get the same performance. The result is we remove the rare earth material and the permanent magnet dependencies. We have a more efficient motor overall, and we are not having a penalty on the weight or size of the motor. We do need more R&D, we don't need more technology, we need specialized tools and processes to build our motors, but all of that is part of the work we do in Talos, and all of these tools and technology are going to be available for our customers to use and understand this dual flux technology in more detail. Now I'm going to show you some of the motors we've done. So this is one of the motors we have. So this is like a 55 kilowatt motor at a 4.7 kilogram weight. It's a very power and torque dense motor. It's used on this electric dirt bike that you see next to me. And it's the first example of a dual flux motor in the automotive history. So this is like the first specimen of its kind. Here we can see the project in which we integrated this motor. Motorbikes is one of the first sectors that we tackled, but our motors are not limited to motorcycles. We can adapt the technology to vehicles, automotive, heavy-duty vehicles, and aerospace. So effectively, the technology has an inherent versatility. The system we have here, it's a dirt bike. Again, it's our first proof of concept demo. It was built as an Innovate UK project we did a couple of years ago, and it's a perfect example of how the dual flux technology can be integrated into an existing product. So if you want to learn more about our technology, please visit our website or scan the QR codes that you're going to see on your screen to follow us on LinkedIn and join us in this wonderful technology adventure. Thank you very much.